Welcome to One More Thing, a ministry here at First Baptist Kirksville. I'm Travis Kirkman. I've got Jason Marlin over here.
I'm here.
We got Ethan Bray over here.
That's up.
Hey, let's dive in. We got a lot of things to talk about. First, as always, let's talk about our sermon series.
The sermon that we are in the book of Acts.
We're still going through Acts. We're in chapter 2,
Chapter
right?
2. How
Yeah,
about that?
I like
Started
it.
chapter 2. So the Holy Spirit has arrived.
Flaming tongues.
Flaming tongues. That's right.
That's good stuff. I'm glad you're going through this.
You like it?
I think there's a separation between certain Christian denominations
That's right.
that kind of decipher this a different way.
Yeah.
I remember back in Fairgrove, where we're from, we were at a church, and I was like really good friends with another church in Fairgrove that was a different denomination, but still like really, we were good buddies, good pals and stuff. And one day he came in and we were kind of talking about how he views this and how I view this.
This as in?
This as in, let's just dive into it. Speaking in tongues.
Okay.
Right? And so we were kind of getting into the topic of speaking in tongues and all this stuff. And I really love how you hit on it as in, hey, these people were speaking a different language, but other people could understand what they were saying, right?
That's what
it
the
wasn't,
text says.
It wasn't jibber jabber. It wasn't something that somebody rambled off. It was actually understood by the people of that native language.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the conversation I had with this guy, and he agreed.
Okay.
It was crazy. Yeah, he's like, that makes perfect sense.
And actually, so here's a cool thing too. So the original belief of that denomination understood it as
That's what it was?
original languages.
Mm.
So that was actually everybody knew that's what it was.
And I mean, it all kind of goes into, what was it before the birth of the church, when the church first started.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you think about it now, like, if we were able to do that, if we had that ability to do that, how fast maybe the message would get across to unreached people groups and people that we can't, understand their language or they can't understand ours. And so in the very, very beginning, the formation of the church, it makes perfect sense that they would have this gift.
Yeah, so in Jerusalem, we read that in Acts chapter 2, there were people from all sorts, in fact, the Bible says from everywhere in the known world. I mean, again, there were just people from all over the world there speaking all kind of languages. So in order to get the message across, they had to understand it in their language. So the Lord did a miracle. The Lord did something amazing.
And it's even opened up doors here in Kirksville. Like, there's a guy named Jakun that he's from China, and he's been coming to church with us like every Sunday for the last 4 weeks. And it's just been great getting to know him and talking about the sermon afterwards, because he's actually at school right now studying English, and then next year he actually gets to start college. So that's kind of something cool Truman does. And so I've seen him grow in his English since just coming here. And it was one point he was like, man, can you imagine? It hit him totally different than it hit me. I thought it was awesome. God just did a miracle. But to him who's studying languages, and it's something that's been really hard for him to do, but he's knocked it out of the park. He's like, can you imagine just being able to do it? And I was like, that is kind of insane. But it's just, but then just getting to see his eyes open about the power of God, even in that moment, it just hit him in a totally different way, which it's just been really cool getting to hear people's different perspectives.
I guess I didn't think about it when he stopped me Sunday and said something about that, but I didn't realize what he was saying, because I had given him a book about baptism, but I'd given him the book in Chinese. So that he could understand it. Yeah. And he obviously was thanking me for that or whatever that, but for him to understand, he needed it in his language. And that's the whole purpose of, Acts chapter 2 or whatever. Yeah. They are speaking the gospel in their language so that they can understand it. You hand him an English book, it'd be very difficult. Especially if he didn't know English at all, well, it would just, he couldn't do it. Yeah. He would not be able to understand it all, so he would need it to be in his language. So
listen, I got to be honest with you. I've been speaking English for about 40 years, and it's hard for me to understand. And so I can only imagine a foreign language. So trying to decipher
what you needed somebody to speak hillbilly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is it they, their, them?
Yeah, that's right. They just speak
know.
hillbilly, and that would have been just as cool too.
It would have been good. And now we got these, these Apple. You showed me these a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where like I could be wearing these things, and you
that
could be
is so
talking
cool.
like a completely different language, but it like translates it in my
real
ear.
in
They were
real
talking about that in
time.
CrossCon when we went to there's a guy who was a college student who went to CrossCon, heard about all these languages, and he made an app that any church can buy, download, and anytime the pastor preaches, you can wear set, and it gives it in their own
real
language.
time.
Yeah,
That
it
is
was
so awesome.
crazy.
That is so amazing. It really is
I love
cool.
how
Basically, that is the Book of Acts, like
It really
in
is.
technology.
But God gave Christian men the wisdom to make something
Sure,
like that. So
yeah.
it's still from the Lord.
well, and it's like technology can be a really awesome thing.
Yeah.
It can be a really bad thing too, but it's cool to see how like technology mimics things that God has already done.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part though is they're like, these dudes are uneducated.
Yeah.
Like who are like hillbillies, you know? But it's
Yeah.
like, again, that just heightened the power of God because it's not like the Sadducees or the Pharisees were doing this. It's like
Yeah, these-
fishermen, you know?
Or my
It's like
fa-
me and you doing it.
Well, you say that. I love verse 13 of Acts chapter 2. It's like, these guys are drunk.
Yeah.
And we didn't read verse 14, but verse 14 trips me out. Because verse 14, Peter responds and it's like, we're not drunk. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. So, like, that's his excuse.
Like, there's a reason.
Like, yeah,
Like, it's
like
the time
if it's in the,
that's the
yeah,
issue.
like if it's 5 in the afternoon, like maybe so, but it's only 10 in the morning, so that can't be the truth. Like,
I love that you hit that point. Like it would be like me coming up to like preach or something, and then all of a sudden I start rambling off like perfect Spanish.
Yeah.
Right? Not like Travis Hillbilly American English Spanish, like
Spanish.
perfect Spanish, right?
well, I can
crazy,
understand
man.
it's true. Again, going to the mission field. We spent time in 3 years in India, and we had to work. I mean,
Yeah.
I was terrible at Hindi. I mean, I was terrible at it anyway. But like just being able to immediately, just to be able to preach it.
That's crazy.
That would be, wow. It'd be a miracle. It really would, and be able to do that, and for them to hear it and understand it, it would.
My question is, and the Bible doesn't say, just for fun, I think when you read the Bible, you should have fun with it. Like, do you think when they were speaking in their brain, it sounded like their language and it was just coming out a different language? Or were they speaking like their normal language, but the way that people were hearing, like the miracle was happening in their mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, the text doesn't necessarily say which one's which.
When you speak another language, how do you?
Well, you would say the words. So I'm not saying that, but I meant like it just happened.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I was wondering. Like, if it was like the Lord filled them with knowledge and they could just do it, or if the miracle itself was like they were speaking and He just flipped it. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It makes
Like, I didn't know,
perfect
like,
sense
which
to me.
one?
That's deep.
I'm not trying to go deep. I'm just saying it's just something interesting to think about.
I think the miracle was their
Their
tongue,
mouth, the tongue
because
speaking, the flaming tongue. So do you think there was like a
the
floating
tongues.
tongue?
You
know what I'm saying?
But
I'm
isn't that
just saying you
interesting?
should think about it.
It says tongues of fire,
fire.
not flame of fire.
Yeah.
It says tongues of fire.
No, I know, but I meant like,
So,
like
it
the
wasn't-
Holy Spirit.
So it
come
wasn't
out like
the
a dove.
ears. It wasn't the ears that were the miracle. It was
It was
the
the tongue.
tongues.
So I
that were
guess
the
it was
miracle.
the speaking part.
It was the speak.
So yeah. Do you think it was like a dove though? Like a dove didn't come out of heaven when Jesus was baptized. It said like a dove. But like this text, did it say like tongues of fire, or was it like a tongue of fire? Like
I don't know.
came
Look
in
it up.
and-
I think it said tongues of fire. I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's just cool to think about.
I mean, I don't know if that it was like literal, like
That's what I'm
you could
asking.
see. I don't know,
Like
because
a
they were
tongue-
like, them
like
guys,
a tongue was like
Michael
in
Jordan,
there.
like Michael Jordan's
because
tongue.
they wouldn't be like, those guys are drunk. They've got tongues on their heads. Like that doesn't
No,
make sense.
I meant like it, like
But you
you
know.
reversed their mouth.
I just think it was like
I just think
They
they spoke.
speaking
they
the
were
language.
speaking in different languages. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were just speaking Chinese,
It's
and
just
they
a
didn't
thought,
know it.
You know, that's kind of how my crazy brain works.
I love. Hey, you ever watch those videos of this guy that speaks like he's a white guy, but he speaks like perfect Mandarin, and he goes to these restaurants
I have
and he
seen that,
orders
yeah.
the food, and like starts talking to them, and they cannot believe
Yeah,
it that he thinks
I have seen that.
it only took him like 6 years to do that.
It's a gift though. Like we have some college girls that they want to do some type of missions, but right now their major is foreign language. So one has a Spanish emphasis and one I can't remember the other one. But like the way they can just go like that, it's a gift. Because I remember taking French and Spanish in high school, and it was just terrible.
So that's what I said. When you go over into 1 Corinthians, in 1 Corinthians, there's a gift of tongues. So the gift
think
of
that's
tongues.
languages?
Yeah, I do think it's a language. So the gift of tongues and the tongues in Acts chapter 2 are the same thing. They're the ability to speak a different language.
Yeah.
And the gift of tongues is the unique ability to be able to speak another language, gifted, quickly, which I don't have. Everybody doesn't have the ability, and some people do have a unique ability to pick up, to learn different languages. And that's the gift of tongues.
And it's like one of those things. Like, should we try to learn to do missions?
Not everybody has the gift. Not everybody has the gift of tongues.
Doesn't mean like if you're doing a part-time mission, it's not bad to just discipline yourself and try. But there are people that literally can look at something like,
well, same thing. There's, does everybody have the gift of? Is there a gift of prayer? Okay, well, does that mean only certain people should pray? No, I mean everybody should pray.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just cool how it works. Good sermon, Jason. Good sermon.
That's good. What are you preaching about this?
This Sunday is fun too, because now we're getting into the Peter's sermon. So that's fun because now Peter's about to preach with boldness, and we get to see 3,000 people saved.
Can you imagine that though? Like just sitting there and just like
3,000,
everybody getting saved around you. Like that would be cool.
Well, and it's on the backside of all these people speaking in their own language, and all the people hearing, and then they respond like, "Hey, what must we do to be saved?" So Peter's like, "Let me tell you," and then he preaches this sermon, and then at the end of chapter 2, and the Lord added to them daily those who were being saved. I mean,
so it wasn't just the 3,000. It
was every day. The Lord added to them daily those who were being saved.
That's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be a good one.
I hope
so.
So.
There's passages. Like I'm just saying, as a pastor, like all Scripture's good and it's all important. But there are some that are just more fun to preach than other. And this is like one of them. Like I know Jason's souped up. To preach.
So I think I'm titling like attitudes of the church. Or these are some. This is some things.
However, that outline he sent us. That's a long. We might be here for a few hours.
Listen, I gotta talk to our thousands of viewers. Part of my job here at the church is I create all the slides, the sermon slides. So if there's something spelt wrong, like it's my fault. If there's something missing, Jason's nice and he always says, oh, that one's not up there. But like, it's my fault if I didn't put it on there. The past couple of weeks, the sermon slides have been awesome because it's like point 1, 2, and 3. Typical Baptist, points. But there's like maybe some sub-points with a 1A, 1B, couple different, selections from Scripture.
Don't scare anybody away.
I'm saying, but listen, I got the one. It's 2 pages long
in an email. 2 pages long in an email.
And let's talk about like point number 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
It's not like that.
It's
I
crazy.
wonder if I can pull it up.
It's not like
impressive.
I haven't done the slides yet this week,
that.
but I'll be up here for like 3 hours.
It's not
straight
like
all
that.
this
Well,
stuff.
listen.
Hold on. We got
the first part's not points. The first part is just an introduction that I just want on the screen, just to show them things.
Which is like 12 slides.
Yeah, the first 12 slides are just introduction that I'm just describing the state of the current church.
Yes.
So, that is true. But Travis is going to have to make at least 35 slides for this Sunday service.
That's going to be good. The person that's running the slides,
awesome.
I feel sorry for them.
Rod's finger's going to cramp halfway through. He's like, oh, sub. Travis will have to run up here and start doing it.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's all right.
It'll be
as
good.
long as it helps get the point across. That's what the slides are for, right? They didn't always have slides.
Listen,
I just had it in the bulletin.
Those first 20,
Sarah has
those
to make
first
a bulletin
25
as well.
slides didn't have to be slides. I just thought they were important statistics,
I'm
numbers.
not saying it's a bad thing. I just know Miss Connie's hand's going to cramp halfway through writing it.
Yeah, some of these note takers.
That's right.
Start working out now. You're gonna
Come
get
in,
you
what
one
are
of
those
those hand
stress
crimp-
balls?
Just get
Is
your
that what
phone out and take a picture of each slide so you don't have to write
that's a
them.
good deal.
I
That's
had
a
used
good
kids
idea.
do that for me before.
That's a good
Apparently
idea.
I was going too quick, so they just took a
I like
picture.
it. Well, now I'm really off track here. I
My bad, that's
don't
on
even
me.
remember what I was going to talk about. But how do you correlate with this week's sermon with maybe like how we can apply that as a church?
Well, I had a guy ask me this week. So how do we pick what we preach?
Yeah.
Somebody asked me that this week. So, and he said, like, do you just make it? How do you figure out? And I was like, well, you try to figure out where we are as a church.
Mm-hmm.
And what is our culture at? Who are we? And what do we think the Lord's trying to lead us at? So where we are right now is we're a growing church. We're growing in our discipleship. And here we have this early church. We've got this brand new church, this birth of a church, and we see them coming together, and we see them really focusing on a few things. We see them focusing on the preaching of the Word of God. We see them focusing on prayer. We see them focusing on gathering together in groups and just growing together. So as you see them doing these things, I was like, that's something that really speaks to where we are right now, because we really want to focus on those things. And I think that's kind of, why I'm preaching Acts, because I want us to kind of mirror that early church and focus on the things that they focused on. If we can focus on gathering together, church attendance, we can focus on prayer, we can focus on worship, we can focus on small groups, then, man, I think we're going to be in a really healthy place.
And we're a young church, kind of like they were. I mean, if you kind of look at our church, we have wise elder people here, but, we really are a young family church that, for the first time, they're figuring out what does it look like to be a part of the church. Yeah. So it fits, I think, really well with.
I love it. It goes well with our emphasis this year. Yeah. 4 at first. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all may say, "What in the world is 4 at first? What does that even mean?" So we're gonna have Sarah tell you a little bit more about that.
Every year at First Baptist, we have a campaign, something that we work through the entire year, just an opportunity for us to encourage you to take new steps. In 2026, you're going to hear a lot about 4 at first. And if you're not familiar with that, the idea is every single month we're going to introduce a new principle, and we want to see you put it into practice all 4 weeks. What we hope is at the end of the month that this becomes a new habit or a new rhythm in your life, and that you don't walk away from it after that. In the month of February, we're going to ask you to focus on learning together or being a part of a group. We know there's great value in living life alongside others. If you're not already a part of a group, we'd love to help you out with that. 2 group opportunities I want to mention today are Sunday small groups and life groups. Sunday small groups happen every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. and there are truly classes for all ages. Life group opportunities will be coming out in the next week, and those will begin in the middle of February. If you're not already a part of a group, we want to encourage you to find one, and a staff member would love to help you out. Also, at all of the exit doors, you'll find a practice page that can give you more information and more encouragement on getting started on this principle. That's our 4 at First February principle that we're asking you to look at, and it is learning together in groups.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Thanks for that good information. It's a cool emphasis this year, right? And so we're talking this month, February, this Sunday, February 1st. What's our training
topic? So we're going to talk about groups. So just trying to get involved of learning together. How important it is to be a part of a group, obviously. So what kind of groups do we have? So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Name all group opportunities. Can you name them?
We got life group, we got D group, we got Sunday school groups, we got Wednesday night groups. That's 4, right?
I think that's it. Can you name them? That's a well done.
Listen.
It's because I listen to our staff meetings.
Good job.
Whoever put this all together did a really good job.
So by the way, we have these handy dandy
at all the
practice sheets,
entrances, exits.
That's right.
Right, and then this month, like I said, whoever put these together did a great job, because all of these groups are starting up again for this semester, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about those. So Sunday, February 1st, we have Sunday small groups. Yep. They're available. Sunday small groups, basically just Sunday school if you're kind of...
that's something.
I know you messed the word up. But anyway, Sunday small groups, Sunday school kind of time. So that's at 9:30. And we have something for all ages. By the way, I'll just kick this in. I know I've said this before or whatever, but if you're a parent and you're not bringing your kids to our Sunday small group time, you are missing out and doing a disservice to your kids. This is probably one of the best and strongest areas of our kids' discipleship. We got great Sunday small group leaders who care and love on your kids and actually teach your kids great Bible stories. So just a quick plug there. Make sure you bring your kids to Sunday small groups. And then we have life groups. Life groups, some of them are in homes. Some of them meet here at the church. They don't kick off until February the 15th. So that's a couple of weeks later. Then we have D groups. D groups, that's just random. That's just, you find one leader and they can.
Which is our discipleship.
Yep,
and I think that's the best group one. That's like the best one you can do.
Yeah.
So just a plug.
And then our Wednesday night groups start February 4th. Yep. So this coming up Wednesday, we have a couple of opportunities. I know we have a parenting group, we have a finance group, we have a anxiety and a worry group, and we have a women's group. Of course, we have our youth group, we have a children's group. So tons of opportunity for everybody to learn together, and that's the idea.
And we have Ignite for college students on Sunday nights, so it's not Wednesday.
So that's
but
five.
That's five.
There you go.
So 5 groups. To
So
be part of.
okay, so what's the importance of learning together? I mean, what's the big deal about all that?
Listen, one of my favorite things is the life group.
Okay.
We have a group that meets in our home. Probably 6-8 couples, some kids, all their kids. We've got a great group because we've got older kids that can watch the younger kids, so it works out really well. Have a meal and then have time to fellowship. Probably, to answer your question, is we live life together, right? Mm-hmm. We eat together, we play together, we joke together, we talk about things together. If I'm scared to ask a question about something we're talking about because I feel like I may look foolish or whatever, somebody else will probably ask it. There's different perspectives, and so that's always a good thing to look into. But I think we're doing what God has commanded us to do.
Yeah.
Right?
So God never intended us to walk this life of faith alone, right?
Absolutely.
So we were intended to do it with one another. So.
Yeah, and for me, I think, piggybacking off of what you just said, for me, it just helps me know people in our church. Mm-hmm. I mean, by God's grace, we're pushing 300 every Sunday. You can't talk to 300 people once a week and actually know them. So these life groups have really helped me get to know Nick and his family that are new to our church. And so that's been a blessing. And like you said, you're not supposed to live the Christian life alone. Mm-hmm. Jesus calls us sheep. Mm-hmm. Sheep can't do anything to protect themselves. Yeah. And he says there's wolves around us or praying lions. So we were made to worship and love and help each other.
They're herd animals, aren't they?
That's right.
That's right.
Look, it's really cool to me that I see different people from our church 4 or 5 times a week. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not just see them, right? I don't bump carts with them at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. I'm actually living life with these people. We're sharing meals. We're having Bible study. We're having D group, right? We're praying for one another. We're worshiping together through song or through different classes or preaching on Sunday morning. And so it's just really cool to actually live that out, right? Mm-hmm. We're not talking, right? This isn't a piece of paper just so we can say we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're actually doing it. Yeah. And we're giving people the opportunity to do it as well.
Yeah, I have one fear people have is this. Okay, so let's just say I get involved in a group. I get involved in your group, and I'm just not a fit. Mm-hmm. I get in your group, and it's just kind of awkward. I'm not enjoying. Am I stuck? So what do I do then? So how do I navigate that?
You got different options, right?
Find a different group.
You have different groups that you can be a part of. I will say this. Let me clarify. Anybody.
Well, I don't mean your group. Somebody else's
Anybody
group.
who has stepped foot in my house, right, loves it.
Okay, so maybe
I haven't had anybody
somebody
drop
that
out.
goes to somebody else's group.
They may be I'd rather go to Travis's.
Okay,
I think I'll swing over to Travis's group.
But the point being
okay.
is you're not stuck.
No.
You're not stuck in a group. So don't be fearful and say, I'm not going to get involved in a group because I don't want to be stuck.
Right.
If you get involved and you just say, wow, I'm not enjoying this or this isn't for me, you can find another group.
Yes.
Find one that you is.
And I think the flip side of that, groups are great for accountability.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not because you don't like it, but you forget or you kind of get busy. And those groups are good where leaders are like, hey, we've really missed just seeing you. Where have you been? So it's a natural accountability. Okay, I need to be there this week. So I do think there's both sides to that.
Yeah, so we talked about Acts chapter 2. I'm preaching the end of Acts chapter 2 this week. Mm-hmm. So verse 46 says this, every day they continued to meet together. In the temple courts, they broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts. So again, just in that one verse, you hear that word together, together. So how important it is to be together in the Christian faith. So just want to encourage everybody.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that First Baptist Kirksville is not a Wednesday night, Sunday morning church, right? We are a body of believers that live life together. So,
that sounds good.
I like it. All right, listen, we were trying to come up with something to talk about. Usually at this point of our podcast, Vodcast, we do something funny. We're just going to kind of go off the cuff today. Listen, let's get serious for a second here. Jason's got, how many dogs you got, Jason?
See, I've got 3 dogs.
If you've been over to the Marlins house, maybe for the Bard Bash, something like that, and you've seen a couple of these dogs, they're kind of scary. Not in like a Cujo sense, but in like, and that dog's like 45 years old, right?
Yeah.
Teeth, ain't got no teeth.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Just wobbling around. In fact, one of your dogs you actually got in India.
That is true.
It's not even an American citizen.
It's not. Well, we got her citizenship.
Oh, you got, okay.
She's
So she's legal, right?
Yeah, don't be trying to ice her.
Ice ain't coming to your house, right?
I almost was going to say it, and I didn't know if I was allowed to.
Don't be trying to ice my dog.
Yeah, she got papers, but she old.
Yeah, she's
dog.
old. Yeah, like 15 years old.
And listen, the Marlins are at a point in their life where they're like, hey, a couple of these dogs,
they need to die.
It's time to go.
they're not going to be around very much longer.
They're not healthy.
Well, that's what you said 4 years ago when I
did,
got
yeah,
here. They're
yeah.
still like,
Yeah.
Listen,
but it's getting worse.
I got one. Her name's Sophie. She's a golden retriever. She's probably 432 pounds.
Okay.
Maybe not
She's
that
a big gal.
300 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's gigantic.
I couldn't live.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't want to.
She can barely get up. I mean, anytime she gets up, it takes like a forklift to get her up. She's like, and she's grunting and moaning. And anytime you walk by her, she's like she just moans just when you walk by her. Mm-hmm. Like she don't like it. Just even if you walk by, it is. And I try to tell Sarah, like, Sarah, she's not happy. Like golden retrievers wag their tail all the time. She's like, like, she's trying to wag her tail, but just barely. Like, poor her.
And here's the thing. I bring this up, one, so you could pray for the Marlins.
Pray the dogs.
Some of them kids are gonna be sad when these dogs
At some point,
pass away.
these dogs are going down.
But also, just kind of a get to know you. Get to know your pastors a little bit more. Here's something really cool. We're gonna talk about our favorite dogs here in a second.
All right.
But here's what's really cool that maybe everybody doesn't know. Like, we all three of our families have pretty much like the same dog, a doodle.
Pretty much the same dog.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put them all like right here together, they basically look like brothers and sisters almost.
That's right. And they might be. I don't know. Yours come from down south though.
Yeah, I got a Mississippi dog.
I got mine from an Amish family.
I say mine was a farmer up in Columbia.
So we all have these like doodles. Good dogs, really awesome dogs. We love them.
That's the young one. My doodle's the young one, alive one.
So so he'll be around for a while.
He'll be a while for a while, yeah.
And we're talking about, hey, you got a couple that are getting ready to not be here anymore. So
Croak.
What are you gonna get another dog?
My vote is always yes. I love animals. I love dogs. I wouldn't get many dogs if it's up to me. Sarah is like always a no. She's she hates animals. She's a loser. I mean, actually,
Her face. Did you see that?
Actually, she likes dogs. She doesn't like the mess of dogs. So here's what we got to do.
Because all your dogs are inside, right?
Yeah. So here's the deal. What we got to do. Well, our new dog, the poodle dog, the doodle dog or whatever, is a great dog because it doesn't make a mess. Yep. That's the kind of dog we got to have.
What would be your favorite dog to replace the dogs you have now?
Something doodleish.
That doesn't
Okay.
shed.
Something doodleish. And I would probably like have you heard these Bernese Mountain Dog Doodles? I think they're called like Bernedoodle. Bernedoodle. Not Saint Bernard, but
Kind of.
Bernese Mountain Dog.
Bernese
so it's
Mountain
like,
Dog.
boom.
It's a massive dog.
It is but
poodles are big.
How about this? Mini Bernese
There you
Mountain
go.
Dog Doodle. That's
so
what
where's
I
the
want.
mini come from? Because neither one of those dogs
you
are.
can get a mini poodle,
Mini poodle.
toy poodle.
So what's it bred with?
A Bernese Mountain Dog.
No,
Bernese
I
Mountain
know,
Dog.
but to get the mini part.
A mini toy poodle.
I know, but so I have a standard poodle.
It's a mini poodle.
I know, but something has to make it mini, right?
No, they are just mini poodles.
They're just mini poodles.
They're just mini poodles.
But it's like a mini mama, not a mini daddy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
they are called toy poodles.
The original dog is a standard poodle. So then what is the standard poodle bred with to make it a mini?
I guess at some point way back in the day, there was a runt.
Yeah, I don't think
and then they run.
There's three breeds in that dog.
No, it's like this. Listen, scientifically, my mama.
There was a runt.
My mama's.
And all of a sudden, it was a toy.
Listen, my mama.
It's a toy.
My mama's 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you know another 5 foot.
My dad was like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
So when they made a baby, Travis, he grew up not to be very tall.
See?
Right?
But see, my dad's but it turns around the other way.
I'm 5'9" and a quarter-ish.
My dad's 5'10" and my mama's 5 foot, and I'm 6 foot.
That's because you're an anomaly.
You're an anomaly.
I was blessed by the Lord.
Well,
there we go.
You're an anomaly. That's what it is. But
no, none of my brothers hit above 5'10".
So. See, they are normal.
But you know, like
all
these like tall basketball players, they probably got like really tall like moms and dads.
That's fair.
True.
Okay, so
Science.
A Mountainese.
A mountain lion toy poodle.
Yes, a toy poodle.
That would be a cool looking. Do you have a picture of one?
I mean, I'm sure I could find one. A Bernese Mountain Dog and a toy poodle.
We'll have Sarah throw a picture up.
Okay.
All right. What if you got another dog? What would you get?
Well, my dog would have to die first because we only have one dog. I'm a little opposite of Jason on that. I've always wanted a boxer because they're like a puppy from the day they're born to the day they die. But my wife says no, so I'd like to get a Vizsla.
A what?
A Vizsla. It's like a
Visa credit card.
Yeah, you had to get a Visa for your dog in India.
Yeah,
it's basically.
Look at it. So you're gonna love these. Oh,
that is pretty.
Those are awesome.
Mm-hmm. I like that dog. Yeah, that looks good.
But it's basically like it's like a bird dog, but they're really, really like they look like an old man. They just look. They're really pretty dogs, and they're really
an old man.
Visa. So
Visa.
You got to put up a Visa name.
That's what we were gonna get before Teddy, but Visa. Teddy was $200, and I'm like, no, we're going that route.
Visa it is.
Visa.
Or not Visa.
All right.
What you got there?
Saving
Travis?
the best for last. Anybody who knows me really well.
I know what this is going to be.
Knows that I love Chihuahuas.
What's the what was going? How's the Chihuahua song go?
Are you talking about the movie?
Chihuahua song.
Yeah. What's the Chihuahua song?
What are we talking about
song? Listen. All right, let me take control again here.
Embarrassed Sarah for the third time today.
I love Chihuahuas. I love like little miniature Chihuahuas. If they look like a rat, that's cool. I love it.
I can't do that one.
Savannah doesn't like the Chihuahuas. They bark a lot.
Didn't you have one? Or you were sitting one or something?
Savannah's mom bought a Chihuahua, long-haired Chihuahua that I love. Looks just like the dog I had when I was a teenager.
You want the long-haired or the short-haired?
I'd take either, but I like a short-haired one.
Yeah.
I want just like a little short-haired one, probably. So, I love Chihuahuas.
Okay.
I want a Chihuahua. So if anybody out there has one, if I could get one, like I could talk Savannah into it if there was one that I could actually visibly have. You know what I mean? Now just talking where I'm like, I would love to get a Chihuahua. She's like, well, you gotta wait till our dog dies, or kind of like this.
But if you just brought one home,
if I brought one home, it'd be there for the next 12 to 13 years.
Kind of like his fish. It just showed up one day.
Well, you know what we might need to go do? Chihuahua shopping.
I don't have a lot of money.
We need to just find a Chihuahua one day.
Just find it. It was outside.
Listen
running down the road.
to all of our viewers. Out of the million viewers that are out there, there has to be one out there that has a Chihuahua puppy.
I get it.
Or honestly, you don't even need a puppy. They're so small. It's like you have a puppy.
Yeah, but puppies are cool. I mean,
how small do they?
That would have to be a rat.
Yeah,
like
that thing's
4
got to be.
When the ones that I had as a kid,
that's crazy.
They were like this big.
Yeah.
Like 8 weeks old, they were just like this big.
Because the golden retriever we bought, like Sophie, the one who's 432 pounds. When I brought her home, I brought her in my. I had a hoodie on. I brought her in my little pouch right here.
Oh, that would have been nice. We bought my dog at 13 weeks, and he was already like 20 pounds. The dude was a tank.
Yeah, that's how Jakey was too.
Okay.
That's sad. I'm sad now when you said that.
Sophie's not getting in this pouch now.
Sophie ain't getting on your lap now.
All right. we probably better close this episode.
All right. So anybody got a Bernedoodle?
Bernese mountain lion poodle.
Anybody got a Bernese Latin?
Wiesla.
Wiesla?
Yeah, not Visa. Wiesla.
And a Chihuahua.
And a Chihuahua. That's the 3.
Send them to 207 East Washington.
207, yep, 207 East Washington. Care of Sarah Marlin.
She'll pass them out.
And we'll get it figured out from there. Anybody got anything else before we get off of here?
Been a great
we better
day.
get out of here.
That's right, we got to go.
All right. Listen, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, follow, share when you see this video pop up on Facebook, and it just goes out there to more and more people when you all do that. So, excited about this week's sermon.
Me too.
It's going to be good. Also, listen, we have our newcomers breakfast
This week.
This airs on Saturday, so it'll be tomorrow
morning,
right? So if you're watching this and you didn't know about that and you've been coming to our church.
What time is that?
You haven't joined. It's during the Sunday school hour. It's at 9:30.
Sunday small group.
That's right.
In the chapel. Listen, Hardee's Biscuits.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
We're going to have like fruit salad. It's going to be great.
Coffee, orange
Yeah.
juice.
So if you weren't aware of that, or if you're on the fence, come to that. It's going to be really cool. We're going to tell you about all the things happening at the church. If you got questions, it's a great time to ask those questions.
What
how
else
you
we
can
got
get plugged in.
What else we got going
Man,
on?
we got something really cool coming up. I'm not sure what we're calling it yet. Date night, parents' night out, something like that. That's going to be February 13th from 5:30 to 8:30 here at the church. So if you got some kids that are, up to sixth grade, you can drop them off here at the church. We'll get them checked in.
Yeah.
We'll take care of your kids, and you can go on a date night.
That'd be a great time for you and your honey to do a Valentine's.
Great time. And listen, your kids are going to have fun too. We're going to have some cool activities and different stuff going on here with your kids, and safe and secure, right?
That's right.
And so that's going to be happening. We also have a senior adult luncheon we're planning for the week after that.
19th.
I think on the 19th. And so that'll be here at the church. Is that a Thursday?
It is a Thursday.
That will be a Thursday luncheon. We'll have some entertainment. We're either going to have Jason dress up like a clown and make balloon animals, or we haven't figured out what else we're going to do yet. So
And Ethan's going to be our donkey. He's going to dress up.
What?
He's going to dress up as a donkey.
yeah.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Listen, I got to tell people now, kind of an inside thing, joke. You have a donkey on your shirt.
I do. I'm repping our kids ministry.
Listen, our kids ministry, they have a mascot now. He's a donkey.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, we gotta
be aware in the near future, you may see a donkey walking around the church.
We're not going to tell you who's inside.
We're not going to tell you who it is, but that's coming. Little insider information.
That's right.
Listen, we better get off here.
That's right.
All right, we're going to see you all next week.
See you.